What's up, y'all? Hope y'all doing well. We are back on WUG. Welcome to this long episode. Man, I got so much content to give y'all. There's a lot of footage I have, so I really want to share this. It's just gameplay I had from earlier in the year, and I just didn't have the time to edit and upload them. So these are essentially making up for the past months. Because as you know, if you look at my upload history, because of the fact that I have more time, I am uploading more regularly now. Whereas before, I was only uploading one video a month, 2 videos a month. 1 month I didn't even upload at all. So yeah, this is essentially the making up time. And hope y'all enjoyed this new format I have. Now the thing is, like, some videos are gonna be still 1080p 30 FPS, how in 16:9 aspect ratio. However, going on forward, I'd say probably within the next couple months, I am gonna be trying to do everything 4:3, 60 FPS. And the reason why is simply because of the fact that I just like it. I think, oh man, that flip always gets you. It doesn't matter what car you got, you will flip. But these cops ain't nothing on us right now. But like I was saying, the reason why is simply because the fact that I enjoy the video format. It's definitely something old school, especially with Need for Speed World. I'm sure a lot of you back in the day saw videos that were in 4:3 aspect ratio. I know I have, so pretty much, I guess you can say, paying homage to those type of videos. I'm going to be trying to make all my future contents down the line all 4:3, and I think it fits well, especially with the fact that I do just play older games. So I think it's a little more time correct, if you want to think of it like that. I also hope you can see the new quality, because my quality has been really inconsistent here and there. If you saw my videos a couple years back, I did have a more powerful laptop, so I was able to record better. However, I don't have a powerful laptop no more, so I had to scale things down. However, now I have a much more powerful desktop, which is what this footage is on. So I hope y'all enjoy it, and I'm excited. And we got I like how I'm introducing this car, when we're like already, 3 minutes in? So we got the Nissan 350Z, or Z, however you like to pronounce it, the Chinese New Year edition. Now this one was given for free. Nice hit. This one was given for free by the WUG devs, which was very nice of them. I'm very happy that they always so generous giving us free stuff, to all the SBRW devs. And this car, I haven't driven this car in maybe 2-3 years, when it was first retuned. And driving it now, I don't really remember it driving like this. I'm not even sure, is this like a drift preset car? Because the way this thing handles is like that. Like, it just drifts. So I was kind of interested in oh man. That thing sacrificed the car to catapult that rhino. That is wild. But I don't know, because this car literally cannot turn without needing to just do a whole 180. And as well as the fact that, it's no longer the 350Z of old, where it was like sluggish and heavy. Although I think the weight really didn't have any factor in how heavy it was in pursuits. I can't really remember. I have driven the Rachel version back in OG World, and that thing was awful to drive. Absolutely horrible. Couldn't even do anything with it. It was so useless. Just like most of the cars in Need for Speed World back then. But this is a very nice looking car. However, in terms of drivability, Yeah, maybe it's this tune or whatever. It's really not it. But we still made it. So, thank goodness for that. And we got some nice red brakes. Awesome. Next race, we got the Ford Escort. We got, what is it, the Monster Energy Edition? Either way, this car looks dope. I used to have one of these back in the OG world. There was an IGC version of it, and it was pretty competent. Because, honestly, if you weren't getting the meta cars, everything else was like below tier. However, most people, even though they had meta cars, they could not drive at all. I'm not saying I was a good driver, but I was a better driver than those type of people. So this car back then, it kept up. I think I had it in like C class, and ironically, I think this car is also in C class as well right now. Nothing spectacular. Really nice looking car. Very enjoyable for cruising, that's for sure. For all I know, this could be a meta car on some track, and man, this traffic. That's the thing about racing. It's like when you hit one traffic car, when someone else hit the traffic car and then you hit it, it's like a bowling ball effect. Yeah, you really got to have your reaction time on point for that. We are now in the back of the pack. I mean, we always were, but now we are not in our competitive edge. Yep, just like that. So this car, pretty nice car to drive. Nothing spectacular. Also not terrible. So if you want to drive it, cruise around with it, I do recommend it for that. Now we are using a car that you really should not. Like, you really should not be using it for. This is the Ford Lotus Cortina. Yeah, this thing has no business at all being in this teamscape. Yeah, it handles like a go-kart. Probably one of the best handling cars on the server. However, nah, this is insane to be driving this right now. I'm pretty sure I don't even have any pursuit skill mods on this thing. I just randomly was like, okay, let me just find a lobby with this car, and the only lobby I found was a team escape, so enjoy. That's essentially what the game told me. So far making some nice moves. That's really only because of the fact that I'm avoiding all these cars. And to be fair, I don't even know what's the best car class for this thing, because it's not fast in any class. Even in E class, it's pretty much a handler. Makes sense because it has Lotus in the name. So, all the Lotuses in this game, nice shot. All the Lotuses in this game, really. Yeah, they are not the fastest from what I remember. However, I also haven't had German any Lotuses in a long time, so that could be totally different. However, I don't really see how an Exige can be like a top speed master. Unless you want to count the Hennessy as a Lotus. It's basically just a big Exige. So use that nice jug on the lightest cop car available. Man, this Charger is king, bro. This man's a king. Paving the way for me, and wow, the car actually took the hit pretty well. Paving the way for me. And I really didn't want to do that because he was behind me. However, the cop was already going to drive into there, so couldn't really do much. And I think, man, I'm sorry, man. I did not mean to mess you up like that. That GTO trying to come at me like a rhino? Nah, bro, you ain't stopping this one. Wow, I'm actually surprised this thing is flipping the rhinos the correct way. That's one thing I hate about some cars, especially the Team Escape cars. Some of them can't disable rhinos properly in Roblox. Like, if you know what I'm talking about, like, some of them just straight up, the correct way is to hit the rhino, on the roadblock or any cop car, and it flips over and disables. However, some of them just straight up just like plow through, and the car is kind of just like, you know, essentially get turned to the other side. Wow, that... Okay, let's get out of there real quick. Okay, that could have been a scary one. That could have been real scary. Come on, we're not safe. We're not safe though. We need to get out of this. Oh, this car's too slow, man. I don't have any more power-ups. Come on. Oh man, we almost avoid. Wait, no, we're not safe yet. We're not safe yet. Come on, man. Come on, get that heat off of me, bro. Oh man, that was something. Man, I forgot my train of thought. Oh, I was talking about the cop cars. That's nice. Why did I do that? I really wasn't looking at all. But like I was saying, some of the Team Escape cars, like, they kind of just, like, they don't flip over to rhinos, which is so annoying, because, like, that is such a very key aspect to a pursuit car in this game. Because if you're not gaining cost and state, why are you even, like, existing, you know, to a car? Man, this car, wow, this is a surprising car. No way, dude. This thing's actually, like, ramming things kind of well. No way, dude. Is this a sleeper car for Team Escape? I might have to buy this one again. Oh, man. Yeah, this one's at C-Class. Hold up, maybe I have to buy this one again. And turn into a Team Escape car with all the right mods and stuff. So we're driving the Scirocco, and it's really ironic talking about a Scirocco because the last video with Midnight Club, we had a Scirocco, but an older one, and I was talking about how when I saw this Scirocco, this is actually the first time I ever knew of a Volkswagen Scirocco. And I gotta say, this Fat Golf is still quite nice. I wish it came to the States. I used to have this car in OG World as well. I had the exact edition, as that was available for IGC for a little bit before the car class update, so I had this car. I really did like it. It was somewhat competitive. Again, if you had a car that was a little bit above average, just had some advantage. Well, mainly if the car is drivable and you could drive a little bit, then you know, races weren't terrible, unless power-ups maintained. But yeah, this car, pretty nice, nothing remarkable. Former E-Class Top Speed King, but those were back in the day. Now we got the wrong 911. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I saw one of these on the road, maybe like 2-3 weeks ago. And they do look nice. Like, I feel like in pictures and video games, you know, this 996 generation, like, definitely gets undervalued, underappreciated, if you want to say. I think that's changing now, because, I don't know, from some videos I've seen from maybe a few months back, you know, people aren't that negative on the 996 as they once were, like a few years back. So you know what that means. It also makes sense because I feel like it's such a trend, you know. It's like, you know, with certain cars, it gets hated. Like, they get hated so much, and over time people are like, wait, that isn't that bad, and then they really like the car. And what's happening is this car is going to go up in value. So because at least I know from my area, this 911 was probably the cheapest one you could get. So, you know, affordable is kind of a funny term because obviously this car is expensive to maintain. However, the buy-in cost for this one was really cheap. I'm talking 20k. I've seen some for like 20k back in the day. Like listings for 20k, 20, 30k. I think it still might be like 30k now, 30, 40k, but they definitely will go up in value. Obviously not this one. This is what, GT3, so this is super nice, but yeah, no, these things are going through value, and I've seen one a couple weeks back, and it was super nice. Speaking of a car I've never saw in a long time, this Viper. It kind of sucks that Vipers are kind of like becoming. Well, I'm not sure about this generation. I have not checked the prices on these in a while. Last time I checked, you can get one for 40K. I don't know the condition, but you can get one for 40K. But this Viper, man, such a mean looking car. One of the OG Juggernaut Edition cars, and this car was literally made for Team Escape. It's like it's literally called the Dodge Viper. It's such a menacing car. It looks menacing. It's wide, like it's got the weight. And as a Teamscape car, it's definitely one of the best pursuit cars you can get on the server. And you just feel like you're unstoppable with this car, because you are kind of unstoppable with this car. Especially if you got the one right here, like, you know, the blue Juggernaut. Yeah, no, this thing goes through everything, especially when you activate the Juggernaut power up, like, nothing is stopping this car. And because of the fact it got retuned, it now has the speed. Before, in OG World, this thing was slow as molasses. But look at that. Got flipped, but who cares? The Viper is still going on strong. But yeah, this car, man, I don't really see too many of these on the road anymore. I haven't seen one on the road in years. They've probably gone up in value. Pretty sure every car got up in value after COVID, especially. And man, yeah, this used to be one of my dream cars, I would say. And that's really simply because of the fact that this is one of the first like exotic looking cars I saw as a child. So I remember I used to have a toy version of a red SRT10. Not this one specifically, the facelifted one, or was it the facelifted one? Well, it's the convertible. So I don't really remember if this coupe and the convertible have the same. Oh, I know the reason why I'm questioning if it's a facelift is because the taillights on the convertible look different than the coupe. But I'm not sure if the coupe got those taillights. So I don't remember. I don't remember, but yeah, that was one of the first cars I ever saw, and I said that was definitely the Viper is definitely an influential car that got me into being interested in cars. Would I ever own one? Absolutely not, because it's literally a death trap. I don't really have much driving experience. I never driven anything fast, so it's a death trap. You know, it's required a lot of work, and I just would rather get something else with the money. You know, me personally, you know, I would definitely get because you got like, you know, when as a kid, you kind of want all these cars and such. Even back in like high school, like I was thinking of all these cars I want, and also car prices were different then too. So it's like you can, you know, you know, say, oh, I can get this car, but you know, times are different now. So because of that, because of times being different, honestly, the only sports car I would ever see myself getting is either the GR86 or the Miata. That's really it. Anything else, I would probably rent one of these cars, rent like a supercar and stuff one day, just to see how it's like. However, driving one, owning one, even if I have the money to get one, I would probably rather do something else with that money. That's just, you know. We got the 370Z. Now this is the, what do you call it? The cover art edition. I did modify it a little bit, so it's not really exactly looking like that. However, yeah, this is the cover edition. I'm pretty sure, because the thing is, this is the WUG preset. The OG preset is still in the shop, and it's called Shard, I think, or Apex. I can't really remember, but that has a thin stripe, or thin racing stripe. However, on the cover, it has a thick racing stripe like this, if my memory is correct. So, sometimes devs, they can do whatever they want. It was their game, so, hey man, what can I say, What can I say? What can I say? Now, we have a battle going on with this 370Z. However, my 370Z is way lower rated than his. I'm just using all race parts. I am not going to be spending any money on this car. In fact, I actually already sold off this car. In fact, I don't even think I have any of these cars shown in the video as of today. So, it's going to be kind of interesting to see what cars are going to be picked in the thumbnail. Because I have no idea. Man. But anyways, yep. Finished third. Everyone lost. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Peace.